Mixing with my career building tip, knowing when to talk and when to listen. There is an old saying that I kind of became reacquainted with recently, and the saying goes basically that you have one mouth and two ears, use them proportionally. In other words, listen twice as much as you talk. And the idea is that when you listen, you learn. And when you talk, you're basically just expressing ideas to other people. And so, in many occasions, that's very valuable. And what I want to go over in this career building tip is how you can use this fundamental philosophy to your advantage. The way that I apply this is that when I look at a given situation, if someone is more knowledgeable about a particular subject or a particular thing than I am, I listen. I ask questions. I want to know more. I want to be curious, but I let them talk. Let them explain what it is that they know about and not try to push my opinion, even if it differs, over theirs, because there's always something valuable to learn. And that value may be what not to do. They may have a completely different philosophy than you have, and you may not like what they have to say, but you will learn something and you will find something of value in whatever the other person says. So if I'm working with people that I am more experienced in and I have more knowledge, I will probably talk more than I will be listening. I still always try to listen to what people have to say because there's always information. Part of teaching people is really listening to what the students have to say, the feedback that people give me, because it informs me about how I can present my teaching materials better. So if I always see that particular questions come back from people over and over again, then that will tell me that I'm not explaining a particular point in my presentations that could be made more clear so that people really get the information right away. It's very easy if you have a lot of experience in doing something to sort of make assumptions about things that are just second nature to you that you just think everybody understands. And that's not the case at all. So sometimes the most simple, basic things that you think are as fundamental and easy as just tying your shoe, which something you never think about, you just do it. For other people, they haven't learned yet, or they never have heard that concept or don't understand. So there's a simplicity of the sort of beginner's mind, and that's important that you listen so that you can evaluate where you're coming from and how you're presenting and how you're doing what you do. In a studio situation, there are times where it will be more necessary for you to be the voice of the session. If basically the musicians and the producer and everybody is kind of lost and there's no guiding direction into the session, you may need to take over in that particular situation and kind of get everybody moving along and working and getting things done. Whereas if you're in a session where there are a lot of people with very bold opinions and ideas about how things work, as an engineer, you'll want to take a back seat and allow that to sort of take its own course and go along with it and listen and pay attention to what people are saying and what they're fundamentally looking for so that you can give them what they want. So there's a time when you need to be a voice, and then there's a time when you need to listen and follow what's going on. And being sensitive to that is a very, very, very important thing for being successful in any business, not just in the music industry, but particularly when you're working with creative people. If people have a voice, allow them to have their voice. Let them speak and express their opinion. Be open to it. See what you can learn from it. And in situations where nobody is taking charge, then be the voice and take over and guide things and use your experience to make that session or whatever it is that you do happen in as good a way as it possibly can. So that's our Mixing with Mike career building tip, knowing when to talk and when to shut up.